really got to get my face under control. Hi, my peeps. Hi, my peeps. I'm actually getting ready to go to a networking event, hence why I am still getting ready, but wanted to hop on here because today is 30 day 30 of our 30-day series. Oh my gosh. So technically today's not day 30, but we're going to pretend that it is. And before I go any further, hey y'all, it's your girl Ness of Glamour by Ness, and welcome to my cozy corner here on YouTube where beauty meets real life. Yeah. Life been life, but we here, okay? So settle in and let's continue to glow together. You guys, as you see in the title, it is Becoming Anchored, the woman that I have become. And my word for 2025, without me even realizing it, is anchor. And I love that for me. I love that for me. I love that for me. And honestly, ironically enough, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and just in speaking about, life in general, we were talking about what our word um is going to be for 2026. And as you all know, if you don't know, let me just remind you, if you've been here for the 30 days, I am discussing my journey through the 60-day manifestation cleanse by Armand Wiggins. Okay. He is actually ramping up to initiate this again. January 1st, he's doing a 60-day cleanse, and he's doing a 265-day cleanse. Now, I could have sworn his last live, he said he was doing 365. I don't know, but it's been 265 for the longest. So, um, that's what we're talking about, my 60-day manifestation cleanse. And we are on day 30. And what I'm, closing out, my goal was to be on live discussing this cleanse and my experience with it for 30 days. Now, 30 consecutive days. Now, I was not consecutive, okay? A Negro was not consecutive with it, but we're going to ramp that up again. But becoming anchored and being the woman that I've become, that has been honestly my word without me even realizing it for 2025. Like being anchored and what that means. And it's, being grounded and being intentional. And these past couple of weeks, I'm not gonna lie to you, like the uh it's been hard being anchored, y'all. But through my cleanse, I was able to manifest, right? I was able to manifest a new job. And my goal in manifesting a new job was to have a regulated nervous system. And when your nervous system is regulated, you are of sound mind, you are um you're able to just focus on the things and the people and the places that, you want to focus on. You're not in survival mode. And that's what I was on. I was surviving, y'all, and I didn't want to survive anymore. Like, not survive as in life, but metaphorically, like, I'm trying to be relaxed. Okay, I'm trying to manifest this 1.7 billion, which somebody in Arkansas won. I'm happy for them. Am I? It wasn't me. No, I'm happy for them. However, when you operate from a place of peace and joy and happiness, you accelerate the your manifestations. When you're not having to survive, it's almost as though, like, just think of it as this: like, all of your bills are paid, you're sitting on a 750 credit score. Life is grand, life is good. So you're not really worrying about anything. And when you have to worry about stuff, it's not a fun. It's not fun. That's just it. It's just not fun. And so I'm gonna let that bake a little bit. I'm gonna let the brows bake a little bit. But I just sneezed and now I feel congested. But all in all, I say that to say, despite me not being consecutive in doing these lives consecutively for 30 days, I've showed up 30 times on this live on YouTube on this platform, and for that I am going to celebrate that. Now, do we need to tighten up? Absolutely. Okay, we definitely need to tighten up. I'm getting ready right now, just sidebar, to go to a networking event that I'm doing all by myself, which is kind of crazy and scary, but I'm not scared. But at the same time, I realize I need to get out there and meet people because I need a job. And applying for a new job. That's what I'm manifesting. Like applying for a new job, like behind the wall, being in my computer. It's not really getting me anywhere because all I'm getting is rejection letters. So I need people that know people that know people that know people to connect me. But crazy enough, crazy enough, I've remained in a state of progress. Now, I definitely need to improve, but I've shown up for myself for 30 lives. Now, my next goal is to show up for myself for 30 lives consecutively. And I'm excited about that. I'm definitely excited about that. Okay? But that's what it's essentially it's regardless of how you feel, regardless of the circumstances, it's easier said than done. But y'all, I'm showing up. I'm showing up when I really don't have all my ish together. I'm showing up when, hello, Victoria. I'm showing up when, it's ugly. And the one thing I can impart with you, if you don't like learn nothing else from my experience in me talking about my experience, is, you know, you have to keep moving. And sometimes that requires you to surrender. That's a key word. I think that's the word I'm going into 2026 with. Surrendering, 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 surrendering all of my issues, all of my problems, all of my triumphs, all of my wins, like surrendering, sur- surrendering, okay, to the Most High. Whoever you surrender to, that's on you. But surrendering, well, surrender and then passion, 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 passion. My color, and I always pick a color for the new year as well, is going to be red. And let's look up these the words in the color. So surrender is the first word. What does surrender mean? And my second word is passion. Surrender. Am I spelling this right? Surrender. So surrender means cease resistance to an enemy or opponent and submit to their authority. Interesting. The action, that's a verb. For a noun, it's the action of surrendering. And the real meaning of surrender is to give over to the power, control, or possession of another, especially by force. Ooh. The second definition given is to give oneself over to something. Surrender. And honestly, y'all, that's where I'm at. Let's look up passion because I am going to be passionate about everything I do. And sometimes passionate, if you take it, if you take it there. All right. Passionate. Passionate means showing or caused by strong feelings or a strong belief. Hmm, that's an adjective. Um, arising from or involving intense feelings of sexual love. Well, we're going to go with the first one. We're going to go with the first one. And I forgot to do our affirmation, y'all. Our affirmation for this live is my blessings meet me easily because I am aligned and prepared. That was yesterday's. That's not today. Oh, today's affirmation is I am anchored in God, anchored in abundance, anchored in joy. Come on with it. I love this for me. I love this for me. I am anchored in God, anchored in abundance, and anchored in joy. Okay. And I'm anchored, y'all. I'm going into 2026 anchored. I'm actually working on I'm actually working on what my objectives look like for each quarter. If you've ever read the book The 12-Week Year, do yourself a favor and execute on that. But my 30-day manifestation journey taught me that anything that I set my mind to is possible. And I have to constantly, remind myself of that. You have to constantly have a reminder. You have to constantly have an anchor, right? That is going to essentially guide you in your journey, because we're human. We make mistakes, we waver, we, regress and all of those things. And I actually came up with something extremely valuable to me because I realized my old self and my new self are competing with one another. My old self and my new self, they're competing they're competing with one another, and my new self needs to win. My new self is going to win, and I realized I have to have my anchor. So the idea this morning popped in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, this is phenomenal. And the idea was combining something that I know to be true along with something that I recently learned. So, what I know to be true is this: if you ever traveled, which most people have, you know how important it is to get to the airport in a timely manner. Because what happens? You're going to miss your flight. Now, obviously, if the circumstances are out of your control, it is what it is, right? However, you best believe you're setting up two, three, four alarms, okay? And even if you are only running on 2 hours, 3 hours, an hour worth of sleep, you gonna make sure once, or you don't go to sleep at all, but once that alarm goes off, baby, you're making sure you're getting up and getting ready to head to that airport. Because why? You have, um, how can I say this? There is an incentive, there is a reward, right? That is greater than sleep, that is greater than you, you missing your flight. There are consequences if you do not get your ass up and head to the airport. And no one wants to pay those consequences, especially if you have anything to do with it, right? If circumstances are out of your hands, it's out of your hands. So you get to the airport, flight's delayed, or you on the plane and you have to get out, you have to deplane because something's happening. That's out of your control. But what's in your control is you setting up that alarm, you actually getting up, you have your bags packed or your last minute packing, and you're getting that Uber or a friend to drive you to that airport, right? So for me, and what that's that nugget. And the second one is with the 5 day with the 5 second rule by Mel Robbins. I figured I don't really have an incentive, and my manifestations are incentive enough, but I'm still not getting up when that alarm goes off. And I shouldn't even say that. I am getting up. I'm just not staying up. I'm not actually doing the thing. So for me, I decided to coin what I know to be true with what I learned. And that is the 54321. Girl, you about to miss your flight. Okay, you are about to miss your flight to your destiny, to your manifestation. So we have to get up and we have to get moving regardless of how tired we are, right? So that awakened something inside of me. Like the 30 days have taught me that I can do anything I set my mind to. And I have to have incentive and I have to be proactive and I have to act. Action, action, action is needed. So that's what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to fix my alarms actually tonight to read 54321. Babe, you're about to miss your flight to your destiny. I can't miss my flight to my destiny. That's a consequence I'm not willing to pay. And ironically enough, that's the consequence I'm paying when I don't do what I say I'm going to do. So I hope that you have been motivated. I hope that you have been inspired through if you go back and watch all of my previous videos, they're not long. But at the same, I just hope that I have sparked something inside someone to take reign of their life because I'm still a work in progress. But y'all, I have come on live for 30 days straight. Well, no, I've come on live for 30 days on YouTube discussing my 60-day manifestation cleanse by Armand Wiggins. That means I can do anything I set my mind to. And I did this, and I'm going to celebrate this. My next feat is to be on live on YouTube for 30 days consecutively, and I can do it. I can do it. I can do it because my manifestations, my dreams, they're waiting for me. They're making their way to me, but I have to do the work. So I'm encouraging you to do the work. I'm encouraging you to see the beauty in all of it. The hard days, the days that you don't want to do it, the days where you skip it, all of the in between, all of the ugly stuff. Because baby, for the ones that do it for real, which that's what I aspire to do and be, I can do it too. Like that's dedication. And I'm that dedicated to my manifestations to show up for me. Like real talk, all jokes aside, I'm going to this event, and I don't know who I'm going to find there. I don't know what kind of conversations are going to be had. I don't know. I'm just going to go and see what I find. Hopefully a job. Hopefully a six-figure paying job. Um but this was beautiful. This live, this woman that I've become, you know, I'm just so amazing and strong and capable. So I'm surrendering and I'm going to be passionate about everything I do. I'm going to be intentional about everything I do. And I implore you to do the same. All right, y'all, I'm gonna start blabbing. Um, and I'll see y'all for my next 30-day lives. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. We might we might just talk about the same thing. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe we talk about like in real time what your girl is planning and doing to accomplish all of the things. They say faith without works is dead, and your girl is working. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Let's end with our affirmation. And one more thing, I am anchored, okay, in God, anchored in abundance, anchored in joy. Um, yeah, y'all, let's continue to glow together. That's really all that I have. And I hope you watch the other lives that I have posted. I still have to fix the others. I got a couple of ones that I have to fix, but continue to follow me and let's go on this journey together, y'all. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.